I was with somebody and we were like kind of, da-da-da. And we're lying together afterwards. And I think that the person was probably thinking, oh, is he thinking about me? But I was thinking about this this Tesla stock, right?
Hi guys and welcome back to Love What Lack. I'm very excited today. I've got my first guest in the studio and it's a man.
A male with beard hair.
You should be really privileged. I hope you know how privileged you should be.
Why have you picked a man and not a woman? I feel like I'm breaking the rules of the podcast here.
A little bit.
Am I?
Yeah, we're coming back. We're trying to shake things up a little bit. And
it's 2025 equality. I feel like I'm going to get a serious grilling here. There's probably like women watching this or listening right now going, oh, he is in for it. Like filing their nails. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Let's see what he has to say about this.
Lining the keyboards up, ready to warrior.
All the keyboard warriors. Lots of Karens. Oh no, you can't even say things like that. Got any Karens?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh well.
No, best not. We'll edit that.
Any Karens out there? How you doing? Hope you're enjoying the podcast.
Okay, guys, I've actually got a secret to tell you. This is Ryan Hand. So welcome to Love What Lack. I, until literally today, always thought your name was Ryan Head.
Ryan Head? Are you serious? Ryan Head?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know how, right? I don't know if it's because, guys, when we've met one time, by the way.
You once.
About 10 years ago, right? Really drunk. And I don't know if it was the accent, the alcohol. I always thought your name was Ryan Head. And then on Instagram, your act is Ryan Hand Presents, yeah? So I think my brain just did something with those words. And I thought your name was Ryan Head until it came up on WhatsApp. I'd saved your number as Hand, Ryan Hand. And I was like, all this time I've been saying it's Ryan Head.
So is it because I've got a massive head?
No, I don't know what it is. I just thought that was your name.
Let me just make sure we're on. You're Jessica, aren't you?
But what's my surname?
Maltby. Is it Maltby?
Yeah.
I only guessed the pronunciation.
Let's be fair, imagine it was like Sadie Maltby Records or something.
Yeah.
You might slip a couple of letters.
Yeah, I'd still say Sadie Maltby.
This feels weird, me drinking loads of beer. I've got a beer because I've got a man on, and I was like, I'm gonna get a beer. Although I have gone for 0%.
Here, let's do a wee cheers.
Yeah.
Like
I drank the water, and I thought I'd be sensible.
I'm on the aqua. You're hardcore.
I am.
This is like a reversal of the rules because you're getting a man in.
Exactly.
I should be. Well, I don't drink, but I should be sitting drinking a prosecco or something, or something with a wee umbrella in it, like a wee cocktail.
Yeah,
maybe
we should have done that. We should have really mixed it.
With one of those wee Willy straws.
Just keep doing. I'm just gonna cut that and just make. That's perfect for the real Ryan Head.
Ryan gives head.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we met. I was actually in my proper Irish era when we met because I met you through my Irish friends. I think I had my Irish boyfriend at the time. Or maybe we just broken up. You're like, oh God, I can't remember you mentioning that when you left.
I feel like you had maybe just broken up.
Maybe just broken up.
Because I think at the time there was a wee bit of I think we were both very drunk.
Don't now because you're gonna give me anxiety. Is this remember what you told me?
No, but I remember we were sitting outside. This is back in my heyday when I was a bit mad, and I think everyone was smoking cigarette. Maybe you weren't smoking a cigarette.
No, I don't think so.
But everyone was, and we were having a wee bit of a flirt, a wee bit of a chat. I kind of felt like that. Maybe we weren't. Maybe you were just no.
Well, actually,
this guy's head's massive. But maybe in my head, I was thinking, oh, this flirting's going well good here at the minute.
No, I can't remember that. But do you remember that you made a rap for me?
A rap?
Yeah.
What, a one you eat or one you sing?
Sing.
No.
You rapped for me.
Can you remember the words?
I can because I still have it on video.
No way. Yeah. So this is about where you're going to play the video?
I was going to and then I heard the rap and I was like...
It's crap.
No, it's really good. But I was like, maybe this will be awkward, but we'll see.
Sadie, you're driving me crazy. If I was single, I would give you up, baby. You're wearing a white jumpsuit. I think you're really fit. If I was single, I would.
Oh, that's so bad.
Broad daylight, by the way.
Also
Broad
worn a
daylight.
denim shirt, actually. Not the same denim shirt. For
brand.
content. Yeah. Only denim.
Yeah.
Do you still have Snapchat, by the way?
No.
No, either do I. I was making sure we're on the same page.
Well, I think people, I don't know, maybe younger people use it dating. Like, if somebody asks me, what's your Snap? I'd say I'm way too old for it.
You'll be like,
politely, like, get away from
my
me.
taxi's at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People back home use it, though.
What is your Snap?
I would just have to cut the cameras.
Well, like a lot of my friends actually still message on Snapchat, so they do.
So you have got Snapchat?
Oh no, I haven't. No,
Okay.
but I see them texting on Snapchat. So I think some people just prefer it as like a form of communication.
Right.
So
Do we need another one, really? Got all the socials. For me, if you need an answer from me, like WhatsApp is better. I'm not into calls, but I do like WhatsApp.
Oh, you don't answer calls?
I answer them, but it's not my preferred method of
So-
contact. Like, if somebody rings me, it feels like a cold call, and I don't know what to expect from that phone call, and sometimes it can make me a little bit like, I don't know, a little bit nervous.
So we haven't seen each other in about 7 years.
Yeah.
So if I was just to call you like totally out of the blue, would you answer?
Yeah.
Would you?
I would answer, but I would be like, oh my God.
Why is he
what the
ringing?
hell? Yeah. And I would be like panicked. So I'd be like, hello.
like a wee granny,
Yeah.
like fearing for her life. What can I do for you, child? Would you like a cup of tea? Come into my house.
That's literally how I answer the phone to people that I'm not like, hello. Like,
Is that your phone voice?
no, my
No.
phone voice is hello.
Right.
It's a big difference. Say hello.
Yeah, okay. It's funny that you say about like you prefer WhatsApps because I've just come back from America and Americans don't actually communicate on WhatsApp. They use iMessage.
Use iMessage, I know.
So they're like texting, like classic texting.
Yeah, I find that really strange. For me, texting went out the window at least 10 years ago. More, actually. It's gotta be 15 years ago for me. Texting for me is reserved for promo messages from companies and those little safety codes for like my cards and stuff.
Like an uncle who's not on WhatsApp.
Yeah, or somebody that is so old they sign their name. Like, looking forward to seeing you later, Ryan.
Yeah. I've actually
That's text.
my
father, basically.
friend's mum was sending a text and she thought that LOL meant lots of love and she was messaging somebody to say sorry to hear about the death in the family. Lol.
No.
Like she didn't know.
No, like,
Well,
lol, have you seen that?
And I went crying, laughing, crying face. Sorry for your loss.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Text for me is a no-go.
I'll be honest, I actually quite like a text message now. I'm slowly starting to revert to text. So I've got an Irish friend who spends a lot of time in New York and he always sends me texts and like you can send voice notes on text now, you can send videos, you can do pretty much everything. You can I feel like I'm a salesman for text messages here. I feel like iPhone are going to give me commission if I get people to text here. It's like you can do everything on normal text.
I just feel like with a text you send it, it's like sending out a wood pigeon. Like I don't know if that's ever gonna land. Message.
and can't, well no, you can get it read. Actually, this is also something I want to talk about.
Okay.
I mean business with this.
Right.
Do you have your read receipts on WhatsApp?
Yes.
I think the people who have them off are so sneaky.
I think it's a red flag.
Big red flag.
And that's coming from somebody who has many female friends who have them off. If a guy's got them off, I think it's a red flag. I think if a girl has them off, I think it's because, and again, happy to be proven wrong here, I think it's because they're not comfortable with knowing if their message has been read.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
That doesn't make sense to me because I'm a man, obviously. So that sounds quite confusing. I just think, personally, I think there's no gender, like...
Yeah, maybe... I haven't got any male friends, so I can pick up on my girlfriends.
I just think if you're turning off your read receipts, you're being a wee bit fishy. So you are. Mm-hmm. And then, like... Because if you've got your read receipts on and you read a message and you don't reply, well... then you don't reply. You're being upfront and honest about the whole thing. and just ignoring someone.
Yeah.
I would rather ignore someone visibly,
Yeah.
which I don't really do. But
Yeah.
I just think there's a game plan. You have to. I would say if you're mates with somebody who doesn't have their red receipts on, I wouldn't trust them.
Bold. Yeah, I like to know. What do I like to know when my message being read? Yeah, sometimes you need to know if they've seen it. Especially like if there's work, like there's some instances where I need to know if you've seen a message. Yeah. It's important. I suppose I could just ring.
But then you don't like the calls. Or maybe it's different if you're the caller.
Yeah. Oh yeah, different the call because I know what I'm bringing.
What are you bringing?
Good chat, humour, a listening ear.
Even though it's you doing the talking, you're bringing a listening ear.
A dabble.
Oh right, okay.
Between the two is necessary. I know I haven't got on the last scene. Sometimes you can go in and say like last scene.
Oh, I don't
have that.
Yeah, no, I think people got rid of the last scene a while ago. I think the last scene's kind of a generic thing. So obviously you don't want people to know when you've been last on Instagram. No one's got that on anymore. No one's got last seen on WhatsApp. I think I might have it on Facebook. No,
okay, Grandpa.
On Bebo, I definitely haven't got it on. And what about your MySpace? Hey, Grandpa. I love this one, by the way. Is this Miley Cyrus? No?
I don't know.
Like
I just like
I'm a straight man, right? Which a lot of people probably wouldn't believe that. But and I do really enjoy going about one. Even I think it's like a real girly thing to do, but I like it.
It's funny.
Yeah. I could literally do that all day.
You probably will for the next 2 hours.
I'll be going home on the train going.
So you've been to New York?
Yeah.
You did a massive trip in America.
Yeah, I did, yeah. So I went to Boston first. Couple of days in Boston, couple of days in New York, couple of days in LA, couple of days in Kentucky.
Oh, fun.
So basically everyone I've told about this trip in America, they've been like, why are you going to Kentucky?
Oh, see, for me, that's the one I'm most interested in.
Oh, really? Right,
not in a bad way, but like I've been to New York and I've been to LA. But what's Kentucky like?
So this is so stupid that I didn't even think about this before going, but that's where they make the chicken. Like that's where Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
But that didn't twig in my head. So as soon as I got there, I arrived, still hadn't thought about it, and drove by a KFC and was like, this is where the chicken comes from.
That's where the kernels come from.
That's where the Colonel made the spices. Yeah. And I'm a big KFC man. And again, like we could talk about this all day. Like, well, are you KFC or are you a McDonald's person? But I actually didn't even get a KFC when I was there, which is devastating.
Yeah.
But it's lovely. It's quite close to Nashville, so it's like 2.5 hours from Nashville. So we went to Nashville, did like electric scooters up and down Broadway. Have you ever been to Nashville?
No.
It's really, really fun.
I'd like to.
Really, really good crack. But you have to spend probably like 2 or 3. We were only there for 5 hours.
5 hours?
Maybe 6. So we drove from Kentucky to Nashville, stayed there for half a day, then came back to Kentucky because we were having dinner with my friend's wife. So this is really random how I've ended up in Kentucky. So I used to present a radio show in Northern Ireland, and one 4th of July, this couple were listening from Kentucky and they were sending me messages, and I couldn't believe that there was somebody in Kentucky listening to a radio station in Northern Ireland. I was just like, this is mad.
Yeah.
And this guy was sending me voice notes and then videos from their pool party, and he was like, will you play Born in the USA? And I was like, absolutely, I'll freaking do whatever you want, mate. I can't believe you're listening from Kentucky.
Yeah.
And we ended up just staying in contact, and he would always message me when I was on every Saturday. And then he was
so nice.
Yeah, he was due to come to Belfast a couple of months later, so I met him and his wife.
Oh my God, I love this. This is like a love story, a friendship.
It's total friendship love story.
Yeah.
Took them up the mountain in my hometown, and like took them around the city, and then I've met them like about 5 times since that. And then they knew it was going to be in America, and they were like, will you come to Kentucky? And they like were so kind to me.
My did you post them on your Instagram
Yeah.
and say like, you said about friendship, like unusual friendship or something?
Yeah. And it's just,
them.
it's kind of mad how like an unusual friendship would blossom, and that,
Yeah.
like they are effectively like two complete strangers, and then I'm like friggin' on a e-scooter with one of them in Nashville. It's kind of mad, like.
I love that.
Yeah.
That is like what I always say, sometimes life is great. I was even thinking that today before recording. Like I met you that one time, and then 9 years or 8 years later, however long it's been, and now we sat in my podcast. Like
again, that's like
funny, isn't it?
That's like a lovely like friendship story as well.
Yeah.
What's like?
Oh, so I've been friend zoned.
No, you haven't been friend zoned. You haven't been
Joking.
friend zoned. What's like your
I'm
like?
joking.
What's your like? Have you got like a friendship story, like a nice friendship story like that? Like someone you might have like met on a train or.
Oh God. I have got a couple of people that I've met before, like randomly through like Instagram Instagram, and then we've kind of kept in touch and met up in person. But most of my friends, like my closest friends, are from back home. And then I have actually one of my other closest friends is from actually this is a good friendship story. Renee, who I've talked about before on the pod. Me and Sophie. I don't know if you met Sophie.
Yeah. No, I've never met her, but I know her because you post about her, and she's
and with Rebecca, she's friends with Rebecca. Yeah. So when me and Sophie moved back to London, we wanted a 3-bed because we never wanted one of us to be in the house by ourselves. So we went on.
That's such a girl thing.
Like that's the stuff we have to think about. That's
lovely, but it's like it's such a nice girl. Like fellas wouldn't think about that.
Yeah, because you haven't got to be worried about getting, murdered in the sea. or
but that is lovely.
Not I'm going to say the big R word, but, it's just for safety.
Oh.
Just don't worry about getting Ryan in your sleep.
Ryan has.
No, but it's just like a safety thing.
Yeah, no, that is nice.
So we put an advert out on Spare Room. We had 2 girls. One of them was a Canadian girl. She actually turned out to be crazy. Really crazy. She ended up, right? One time I was out with my old boss and we were out in Mayfair and I put her on Instagram and she turned up because she knew that I was there, which doesn't sound that crazy, but if you knew her, it was alarm bells. And then she asked my boss to buy her cocaine. So that was like literally, it was ringing Sophie like, we can't live with this person. She's like not for us.
Bad.
And then I think we had her and Renee, and then she ended up meeting Renee and then arguing with Renee. This whole thing happened anyway. Ultimately, we bet on Renee and we'd never met her. And we were like, this is a little bit risky. We've never met her, and we're signing up to like a 12-month flat contract with her. But she moved in and we've been friends ever since.
Oh,
so that's a nice one.
Thumbs up for you, Renee.
That's a nice one.
I've kind of got like a similar story. So I was living in Belfast at the time, and there was me and my friend, and we had a spare room that we had to fill. And he was in California, so I had to basically go through the vetting process of, going through everyone who turned up to look at the house. And there was this one guy after we were being really picky and like going through everybody, but we were really desperate. We needed to find someone. And the last guy who came, like he turned up, and I would say like I'm quite a clean cut person. Like I wear gel and like I put deodorant on and brush my teeth and stuff like that. Just like the basics basically. But this guy turned up. And he's kind of like giving off Kurt Cobain, kind of like Nirvana. Okay, and, I'm pretty sure he won't be listening to this podcast, so I don't mind, And he just wasn't, when you look at someone and you're like, we look like we get on. But he didn't look like he was an audit,
You can't just tell.
Yeah, basically, So, like, because he didn't look like someone who might have played football. Not that you need to, like, play football to get on with someone. But anyway, we end up taking him. And just loads of, like, he was the worst housemate ever. Loads of funny stories. We were in the house one night and it was like a Monday, and he said that he was going to the pub to read the paper. So he went to the pub to read the paper at about 7 p.m. and like an hour later he came back with this girl, and he walks in the door and we could hear these 2 voices, and me and my housemate Dean were thinking, hey, he's brought someone back, and like a Monday paper, blah blah blah. So he walks up the stairs with this girl, and he come in and he said he'd met this girl in the pub and whatever. So next thing we could hear the bed going like the clappers, right? God. And so me and my old housemate went into my old housemate's bedroom because it was next to his room, and like we were like listening up against the wall, and we were like pissing ourselves laughing because like he wouldn't have been the cleanest fella. So we were saying like, you can imagine like the aroma in the room, like,
oh my God,
and all of this,
no.
right? And so they're having like the sex, and they're deep into
The sex.
they're deep into it, whatever. And then it just stopped and it went silent. And he turned around, because I'll never forget this. He turned around, he goes, "You can do whatever you want to me." And then me and my housemate just looked at each other, like, we were like nearly sick.
Oh.
But then after they'd done everything, he walked her back to the pub or wherever she was going, and me and my housemate dared each other to go in and smell the room.
Oh.
And so like this is boys. This is boys.
Chat.
So we went in and like smelt the room, right? And like the room was absolutely like leaping. It was honestly vile. But that's like a really tame story. I have so many. I don't want to like take up too much time talking about him, but like so many stories. Like so many.
Oh my God.
I could literally talk about him all day.
Really? How long did you live with him for?
It was about 10 or 11 months. He was, again, the kind of housemate who wouldn't clean up and wasn't very tidy.
That's my worst nightmare.
We had this big argument that he wasn't like picking up his side of like the dishes and stuff like that, and he was really messy. So we agreed that I was going to do the bathroom. My other housemate Dane was going to do the living room, and he was to do the kitchen. So he's in the middle of cleaning the kitchen, and my housemate Dane walks in and looks at him and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm cleaning the kitchen. You asked me to clean the kitchen." And he had basically the Hoover on top of the counter, the kitchen counter, and he was hoovering the kitchen counter, and he was like, "That's so unhygienic. That's the thing that scrapes off the floor." And he was doing and like he used to put his socks in the oven to dry them, and they came out of the wash and stuff. Just mad. Absolute mad. Like moon.
Did they not go hard?
Huh?
Did they not go hard? The socks?
I wasn't wearing them, so I don't know.
I've never cooked a sock before.
How do you take your socks? Medium? Hard and hot?
Oh my God. I wonder if he's ever got a partner now. You know, like, as I do think there's somebody for everybody. And yeah, I bet there's somebody out there that would either put, like, not only just put up with that, maybe, you know, maybe you'll find somebody that does the same thing. Do you think there's somebody for everybody?
I genuinely do, yeah. Because I think, obviously, I've just talked about his bad points here, but I'm sure he's actually got lots of lovely points. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure there's somebody who could overlook, like, Hoover in the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
And who might just think, oh, police, like, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
You know? So,
not on my watch, to be fair. If my partner got the Hoover, imagine they did it on purpose, though, because then I'd be like, never clean again.
Yeah, that's
Could have been that.
That's a good idea.
Could have been a little bit of.
So right, this kind of like seems like this is like red flags territory.
I was going to ask you.
Oh, really? Flags. So like what red flags? Again, I know you're the host. You're like asking me the questions, but what red flags like kind of jump out for you?
First one, weirdly, that's come into my head is if I'm messaging somebody and straight away they making it sexual, you know, and you can't even have like a conversation. Like, obviously a little bit of flirting is okay, but if it's that straight away, that's a red flag for me. And for me, my biggest one is anything to do with like controlling tendencies. And I've done episodes on that before where I feel now like I can spot them a mile off. So if I had any controlling type of tendency, that for me is probably, that should be my biggest one, actually. It's my number one. Yeah. What about you?
So there was one, I had like matched somebody on a dating app, and there was a couple of messages that went back and forth, and then it turned to voice notes. Mm-hmm. Which is like totally normal, but voice notes quite quickly. But then like the length of the voice notes, maybe like 2 or 3 messages in, was like, it was far too long to be initial. You know, there was like 7-8 minutes, and I am like,
7-8 minutes.
We're only a couple of messages in here.
Oh wow, yes. That is long.
Yes.
That is long even for like mine and my friends.
And then, you know, maybe not replying, and then there being like a couple of, you know, messages even though you hadn't replied. And so like that type of thing, if things are a bit too hot and heavy on the because there is like communication boundaries, isn't there? Like, obviously nobody wants to play a game. You don't want to, you know, you want to be genuine, but obviously you kind of like, you have to sometimes play it slightly cool.
Yeah, and things have to build naturally, don't they, as well?
Yeah, so I would say if you're sending like a 15-minute long voice note, No. Like no one has time to listen. Like I used to be the person, right? See, when people didn't used to voice note, so people didn't used to like send WhatsApp voice notes about maybe 7 years ago. That's when I was doing them, right? I was really good at them, and I thought I was ahead of the game, and I thought I was actually quite funny and like really upbeat and energetic. I was doing that then, but like now, like my sister sent me a 3-minute long voice note, and I was thinking, like, does she expect me to listen to this? Like 3 minutes?
Yeah, but 3 minutes, I think, as a girl is very standard. But you can do 2-speed, 1.5
no.
2-speed. So it really cuts it down.
Like I know I'm basic, but I'm not that bad. Like,
okay, Grandpa.
Did you know about this new setting on the WhatsApp? It's called Haiku. I love the grandpa reference. Yeah. How old are you?
No, we're like they're old now, are we?
No, I'm really happy to talk about my age.
I'm 34.
You're only a baby. I'm 38. I know I don't.
No, you don't. I thought we were about the same age.
Oh yeah, 38.
Yeah.
Touching 40, and people would like assume that this is actually quite interesting because people assume that like when you get to that age, when you're getting into your like deep 30s, like you'd have it all figured out, you'd have a wife, you'd have kids. So do you feel any pressure that you are kind of entering 35 territory? I don't know what you're like. I don't know if you could have kids that I don't even know about. I don't think you do. No. You could be secretly married, but what's your state of play? Are you in any way nervous, pressured?
I definitely wouldn't say I feel pressured. I don't get any of those pressures like from my parents, or I don't get any of that, which I think is a really good thing. I think as a woman you can't help but think, right, okay, I'm 34. Like for me, my mother had me at 40, so
wow.
Yeah, especially like a long time ago. So I think I've always had in my head that I would be like an older parent. And my cousin had a baby when she was 40, so I think because I've been around her, even my sister had her kids like late 30s, I would say. So I don't feel it yet, but as a woman, like you can't help but think, okay, you know.
The clock's ticking.
Yeah, you can't get out of it. Even though like for years I would always be like, oh, I don't know if I want kids. And I never really thought about it much when I was younger. But yeah, as you get older, you definitely think about it a little bit more. But I think where it comes more into play for me is like, I don't just fun date really anymore. Like, obviously you do it, but more like I don't want to waste a year with the wrong person, because then it's not getting me as close to the goal. But in terms of like relationships and marriage and stuff, no, I feel okay. I think so many people get married, divorce, get married again, when they're older, and I think that's like much more normalized now and okay.
I actually think that there's kind of something nice about. Now, this might sound bonkers, and actually, before you even get to it, like I really do sympathize with women how like you do have to be conscious about there is a body clock ticking and that you have to have a baby before you're 40 or whatever, because friggin' Robert De Niro like had a baby at 81 or 80.
Did he?
Yeah. But
so that's bad, isn't it?
Okay, and but then again, I'm like, is it bad? He's only an old man, having.
It depends,
having
but
some
ultimately
sex.
his child will be without a father quite young.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, no, that is quite bad. But the mum's obviously quite young, so that's fine. And he's just going to leave it. Yeah, she's like friggin' like I think maybe 50, and like the kid's going to get a load of money, so it's grand. And like
I suppose.
But so I do sympathise with that. Obviously, men don't have that same pressure, and I've got 3 sisters. So my sister, Donna, her and her partner Matt, they didn't ever want babies, and Donna was kind of a bit like you, just like on holidays, drinking champagne, buying handbags, just having a good time, like just all the hallmarks of you basically. And there was no baby.
Donna sounds like a lovely lady.
Lives in Dubai.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'll give you her number after.
Yeah, she can come on.
But she never wanted a baby, and he didn't want a baby either. And then they'd done everything. They'd been to every country. They'd like literally done all the partying. And then she got pregnant when she was, I think, 40, just nearly before 41. And now they've got a baby, Gigi, who is the best thing ever.
Oh.
She's 4, coming on 40. Like, buy and sell you. just is going to be, she's got more money than I have. She's got stocks and shares, and she's 4 years old basically. She's got like Gucci bags and all this. Is
Oh my god.
And the husband, he's a couple of years older, so he's 47. So he's a later dad. But you know, so I think it's more normalized now for people to get married later. And nowadays you're seeing a lot of people who are maybe having 2 marriages, and I kind of think that that's okay, because I was having the same conversation with someone the other night. Like, maybe you're actually not supposed to be with someone your whole life, and there is different chapters and different seasons. And like, I've had different girlfriends, I'm sure you've had different boyfriends, and they were all at a time when you were at a different part in your life, and there's some crazy stories, but it makes you who you are at this current time. But I kind of think it's quite nice to potentially get married once, and like, if you have a second marriage later on, I actually think there's something quite nice about that.
It is a little bit chic, I think.
Chic?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Like, you've been divorced. I like, how nice is it to get, you know, if you've been divorced, how nice is it to get
I've
divorced?
never heard anyone put divorce and chic in the same sentence.
I know, but picture the scene, you know, rather than being heartbroken and swearing herself off men for the rest of her life, she's picked herself back up, had faith in men, and met somebody worthy enough to marry again and go through it. And I think that's nice, and I think that's quite strong as well. Like, she's not letting past, you know, guys or a past marriage put her off the next thing. And I think it's a little bit, when I picture somebody like that, I picture them as like confident and chic. So that's my take on it.
Confident, chic and shiny. I think this is now going to become like a motivational speech. People are going to start playing this in the morning before they wake up. But I actually do also...
Get divorced and married again.
Yeah, do it. I do think that, like, again, if you're in a relationship and it's not going well, and you're constantly arguing, and you can't stand the sight of someone, and you're just in it because you have to be in it, like, there's no point. Obviously, there's way more to life. There's, what is there, like 8 billion people on the planet? Like, isn't there? Yeah. So there's bound to be someone more dead on than the person that you're with if you can't stand them. So, you know. Yeah,
and I also think that's kind of a good sign with getting married later, because lots of people, you know, have their second marriage later in life, and then by then also you've learned so much about what you want, what you need, what you like, and then that's the marriage that sticks usually. So that's, I think that makes you feel better even about getting married later.
The big question: what do you want? What do you need? What do you like?
Ooh, what do I want? I want somebody supportive, somebody fun, somebody that, you know, won't bring me down at all, that I can say I want to do something and they get excited with me. And they don't have to love the same things, but they get excited by what I like, and vice versa. They put a lot of effort into that. I need somebody that isn't too stubborn. If we argue, I need somebody to take her on board and isn't afraid to like send that first text after an argument, you know, because I'm quite bad at that. And I think if I had somebody like me, it would just break down. So I think I need somebody. It
would be grounds for divorce.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of things I need. These are just the things that's come into mind. And what I like, and I need somebody funny. Obviously, I need somebody to make you laugh.
Frig me here. Do you know anybody? Huh?
I love somebody in denim.
I was like, that's me. But I know obviously that was the play.
I like somebody that is quite hardworking, like driven, you know, knows what they want and goes after it. And I like somebody who is family orientated and close to their family.
So if there was a celebrity who mirrored all those wants, needs and likes, who would your celebrity crush be?
My celebrity crush, Michael B. Jordan, obviously.
Oh, he's a good looking man.
Obviously.
Even I would.
Yeah.
Like.
And there is a guy called Kendrick Sampson, I think his name is, which I don't think people are going to know. He is the guy from Insecure. When he first came on my screen, I was like, holy shit, who is this man?
I'm not getting it. He's not blowing me away. No, he's got nice eyes.
He's got really nice eyes.
Yeah, nice eyes, good beard. Oh, right, okay. That wasn't a great photo. Yeah, he's not bad looking, but I wouldn't give him the reaction that you just did there now.
Really?
Yeah, like, no?
Oh, yeah. I like him.
Oh, you like him? Okay. Obviously, you've got a type. Michael B. Jordan, this guy here. I'm not getting, like, obviously tall, dark, and handsome's a type. I'm not getting any small, white, and freckly. Do you know what I mean? Small, white, and Irish. Hello? You want to go on a date?
Who's your celebrity crush?
So kind of a funny story actually. So I was in Ibiza there a couple of months ago, and it was in this this beach bar, and in the beach bar there was this nice wee chic shop, and they were selling like ladies baggy trousers and ladies bits and handbags and scarves and men's shirts and stuff. And I quite like jewelry, and the woman who was working in the shop looked like my celebrity crush. So I instantly went to chat to her. I wasn't even planning on buying anything.
That is like the jackpot, finding somebody in real life that looks like your celebrity crush.
I'm going to show you a photo of her here, actually.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable, right? But anyway.
Yes, show me the picture and then I'll try and guess where it is.
This is kind of mad. So it is. I literally couldn't believe how alike they were. Right, so this is the girl. Does that really give her off? Yeah, okay.
God, yeah, I really
I
want to guess.
I want to get the best photo.
God, I feel so much pressure. What does
Do you want to just go for a scroll?
Let me just like a post from.
Don't be doing that. No way. Friggin' 2018. It's like, oh, creep.
Oh, this one. She looks like the actress that everyone
loves.
loves.
Actress.
Okay.
No.
She looks like her there though. Tell me the letter.
Or I'll give you a clue. Do
Turn into a double A again now. Dua Lipa?
Yeah. Do you not think she looks like
She
Dua Lipa?
She does from the side a bit, yeah. That wasn't what I was getting, but you know what I think it's because she hasn't got the black hair.
Oh,
so the hair was throwing me off.
Yeah,
see, now I see it.
Yeah, was chatting to her and was like just magnetized basically by her.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
I bought this bracelet for 40 grand. No, it wasn't 40 grand. Yeah, bought her just for the chats, basically.
And was she nice?
Yeah, she was nice. I was chatting to her for ages, and then I was like, I might as well buy something here. I just kind of felt a bit awkward. I was like, oh, let's buy this.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's my celebrity crush.
I'm not lucky enough to...
If you're listening, Julia.
Yeah, and what? You followed her on Instagram as well from that chat?
Oh, yeah, but we just, like, I was like, are you on Instagram? Like,
okay.
She lives in Ibiza.
Okay, I've got some questions for you. I actually asked the listeners for some questions on Instagram. We can tell that our listeners have been hurt/burnt before.
Oh, goodness.
and you were taking the brunt of it.
Frig.
So I'm just going to read through some of them. The first one. Why are men so emotionally weak and unsupportive of women generally?
Oh my goodness. Jeepers Christ. Out of all the men that you've got to answer this question, I am not the one. So read it again. I feel like I've been called this so many times.
Why are men so emotionally weak and unsupportive of women generally? I think honestly I should go through them because I think these are mostly insults.
Right, okay, right.
Are they raised to be liars? Why do boys ghost girls, I think, is a good one. I'm going to come back to that one. Are most men really just fuck boys? I would like to know your stance on that with your friends. Do you get taught to be non-committal? Why do they only respond to one question when you ask them more than one in a stream of masters?
Oh, I think that's just...
Is that a man thing?
Yeah, there's just too much going on. Like men are
multitask.
Men are really basic, you know. We're real, like, you know, the way you have things in 3D and I don't think 4D is a thing. We're 1D. We're basic.
Oh, you don't need to tell me that.
No, I know, yeah. Thanks. But yeah, we're just functioning, just about.
So what I'm getting from this is, like, obviously these people have had experiences where guys are dicks. Do you feel like when you've, I don't know, grown up and the way you are around friends and stuff, as when we grow up as girls, you are shown a lot of love things. You're shown to kind of want a relationship, you know? And I guess men don't have that. And do you think that's what changes their behaviours? Because generally, obviously, there's plenty of women that cheat. There's plenty of women that break guys' hearts and stuff. But do you think that's what it is? It's like the upbringing I don't know, what's the chat like with you and your friends? Like, do you talk about relationships in like a nice way, or is it mostly, oh, you're banging them? Or, do you know what I mean? Like, or is there ever
Just give me a bit more of your impression of lads on a group chat.
Oh, you banging them? What's the tits like? What's the size of the tits?
What's the tits like?
Yeah, when I talk a man, I gotta get down. You got
Great.
my tits out.
Great. Here's your beer. Like,
Yeah.
go on. Give me some more. Get your tits out, love. You take a swig.
Oh, did she give you a blowy? Did she go down on it?
You gave her a blowy. You gave a girl a blowy.
No, did she give you a blowy?
I was gonna say that's probably like it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, did she give you a blowy? Yeah, like what was it like?
So like traditionally in the past, so I'm 38 now, so there was a time and there was an era in my friends group when the chat was loose, and it was like one of my friend groups, you wouldn't have wanted your sisters reading it, so you wouldn't have. But now we've kind of matured a bit like a good wine, like we're off a vintage. So I think you grow up, you basically, it's like, do you ever see when like you see an old teacher in school and you think, I was a dick as a pupil, and then you thought that the teacher was a dick, but you were actually the dick. So like back then, like I knew that obviously like there was smutty chat going on, like, and I don't know, you may have done it as well, like photos may have been exchanged in groups, like people have done this.
Well, so you were friendship.
No, I'm not
not you.
I'm not saying me, but
you've seen.
Yeah, like photos. Yeah. And
guys, this is confirmed. Don't send your nudes to just anyone, and don't send them recognizable face in as well.
I don't know if people do.
This.
Yeah, I don't know if people do faces.
Okay, well, they shouldn't.
I actually, I probably shouldn't say this. I got a friend, and he had sent somebody. I can't really say too much about the nude, but he had sent it to somebody, and oh no, I can't even say it. I can't. No, I just have to.
Is this Conor McGregor?
No, with his wee bendy dick
with a weight on the end.
A weight on the end.
Yes.
Jesus.
Cecilia Banks, and she was like blasted.
This is like take your potato farmer dick and stick it in the field. I don't know if any of you have seen his, but it goes way to the left and it goes way to the right.
Crazy. Have you seen Drake's?
No.
There's a video of
Have you
Drake's.
got a video of it? Let's get a live reaction of
it. Is huge. It can't be real. It's like beyond huge. Now what group chat was this in? Let me try and remember.
If I was going to send like a nude or a dick pic, I would go onto AI these days, I reckon, and do that.
So I've only got a screenshot of it here that you can see.
That's massive.
And when he's doing it, it's like
it's like an elephant's trunk. It's like a big rolling pin. So it is.
Yeah.
It's about. Let me see again.
But the video is crazy, because he's doing this and it's like flopping over, like it's that big that it's got enough, like the weight bowls it over inside, like one of those whaling machines.
I would say it's probably about 4 inches smaller than mine. To be fair, like. That's such a fella thing to say.
It is.
No, that's tiny.
But yeah, you think the chat has changed now as you've got
I think yeah, because I don't know. I hope that my dad's WhatsApp groups aren't like. Do you know what I mean? Like if I was to think, well, whenever I get to my dad's age, is he like? I can't even believe I'm about to say this, but is like him and his mates sending like photos like boobs and like. And who even calls them boobs? Like I want to say like the you say it, it's easier if you say it. Yeah, say it again. Tits. You say it like a ventriloquist. Tits. But like I don't know if like he's sending. I hope a touch wood. I hope he's not. But he's probably touching wood. Someone's touching wood. Drake's touching wood. So I think the chat has definitely matured and cleaned up. Definitely as the years have gone on.
But do you talk about love, which obviously I obviously not going to talk about love, but like, do you talk about relationships, and like have you got friends that are in serious relationships or married, or if you are, and do you talk much like about your feelings with that or not?
Feelings?
Well, like me and my friends will meet up and or even if like they have an argument, we tell each other. Not every single thing obviously, but like we'll say and we'll talk about it, and
Yeah, there's definitely different mates for different things. So different mates will talk more about love and kind of like relationship and future and kind of like the non-dirty things that other mates would prefer to talk about. So there are those kind of friends who you can kind of get a bit more serious about and kind of have those chats. But like men are quite close. Men actually are genuinely quite bad about talking about their feelings and talking and communication. Men with communication, like pretty much all of my past girlfriends have said that I've been really bad at communication. For somebody who does a bit of TV presenting, like I probably couldn't be a worse communicator and actually communicating how I feel. Like
which is so funny that like you say, and you talk about stuff so openly.
Yeah, and I know like my communication, it's actually not great. So and I think a lot of men, I actually really applaud when women actually do tell you how they feel. But then again, sometimes you can be sitting with a woman and you're thinking, what the fuck is she thinking? And then like,
because we're on like a completely different page.
Totally. See if you're like like I've been like with people and I'm like, I haven't a clue if she likes me or she hates me. And like maybe she actually thought you're okay or dead on and everything was fine, but you were like, you're looking at her going, haven't a clue. Like friggin' jigsaw puzzle. It's all honestly what goes through a girl's head at times.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably because she is like, you've done something unknowingly, good or bad, Rev, and she is thinking about it.
And do you know when you were saying like, can men think about if a girl asks a man like 5 questions, why do they only answer 1 question? In that scenario, are girls going through like literally about 40 different scenarios at one time?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I would love to have a man's brain for a day. Like I've said this before. I would just, to actually know the logistics, it must be something about the way it works, like genuinely. Because we can multitask, we think about different things, overthink stuff. Men fall asleep so easy, and I think that's because they don't overthink.
Yeah, I actually I don't know why I've just thought about this, but I was with somebody and we were like kind of, you know, and we were lying together after hey grandpa, and we're lying together afterwards, and I think that the person was probably thinking, oh, is he thinking about me? Like, is he thinking about us getting in a relationship or whatever? But I was thinking about this this Tesla stock, right? Because the stock price had dropped, and I was like, I think I should buy some. So I rang a friend shortly after the main event.
Oh no!
And okay. I know that like that wasn't cool, and I was just asking my mate like,
what you did is fine, but I know that what she would
be thinking, yeah, and then I did apologize. Okay. I was like, sorry, just I don't know why I was thinking about that. But again, you know, you could be lying in bed after like having sex with someone, and you might be thinking, God, are they thinking about me or whatever? And a lot of times, like men could be thinking about honestly the most like ridiculous shit ever. Like, so you would like to have a man's brain, but sometimes just you don't even want to go there. It's like,
only for a day. Only for a day.
Yeah, that is if you could have a superpower or a super talent.
Yeah.
Is that what you to be able to think like a man? Out of all the superpowers you could have, like to see people naked, to fly.
Would I want to fly? I think you can fly in a plane. Honestly, I don't know if I would want to fly. What benefit would that give me? It'd be cold, it'd be windy, I'd say, like, yeah. I wouldn't care to fly, no.
You're looking at the birds going, no, that's not for me.
Yeah, I'm right.
So you just want to know what men are thinking, or men or people?
Men.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking right now? What are you thinking right now? Are you thinking another thing?
Yeah.
Are you?
Lots of things.
So you're like having this chat but thinking about something.
Yeah, not on a roadway, because obviously I'm listening to you and taking everything in. But yeah, I'm thinking about lots of things. I'm thinking about my hair. I'm thinking about, you know, my makeup. I'm thinking about the camera, the mic, and yeah.
So there's okay.
There's like a lot of things.
I'm just trying to survive here. at the minute,
just give me a nice question.
I'm just trying to keep the lights on. I'm just like trying not to burn and crash. But
it's probably better.
Yeah, we are very one-dimensional, so we are as a species.
So I think that might be a comfort for our listeners. That actually is probably not as deep as we think half of the time. Like with all our overthinking, like, as we will think, you know, if you've taken X amount of time to text back, or if you've only said one word, or if he's made a phone call after we've had sex. Like sometimes, depending on where your brain's at, you can instantly, and it's usually thinking the worst of stuff, but sometimes it is just, you're just doing the next thing.
Yeah, but sometimes you do overthink. So, I mean, I think as you get older, you kind of like tend to like give less of a shit. But if you were messaging somebody and they had been sending you an X at the end of the message and then didn't send you an X, you're like, you kind of, the alarm bells go slightly and you're like, is everything all right? And if the texts are a wee bit shorter, like you get these like wee suspicions and kind of insecurities. But I think obviously as time goes, you're kind of like, well,
they should die down anyway. Okay, I've got an interesting one. Who should pay on the first date and why?
I always think on the first date, like a man should pay. It's just like a typical classic thing that the man should pay. And I think, you know, definitely for a few dates, but I definitely do think that women should offer as well, because I know there's, I would say for fellas, it's as expected. It's kind of a bit standard for a fella, and I would actually hate to go on a first date and for a girl to beat me to paying. I actually would hate that, and I would feel quite uncomfortable about that. But I definitely think it's nice for, not on a first date, like for a woman to offer. No, I don't think they should.
So even if they didn't offer, you wouldn't care on a first date?
No, not at all. But like if the dates were going on and on and on, and there was kind of no just no even offer to kind of pay. I think if a fella's expected to pay for everything, I don't actually think in 2025 when equality is the kind of the buzzword, I think people should kind of be on the same page. Definitely.
Yeah. I actually feel the same, and I do think sometimes it's probably not a popular answer. And obviously you can delve into it about how much, you know, generally women earn less and we have to spend more on different things. Like obviously I take that into account, but generally, like if I'm with somebody and I'm interested, then I like to think of it more fairly as if you earn more money, you pay for things more that I could maybe not afford. And then, you know, so maybe we go somewhere really nice for dinner and you pay for that time, but we go for lunch the next day and then I'll pay.
Yeah.
That type of thing, you know, or this is obviously when you're in relationships, or like on dates, I usually offer to pay, happy to split, or I think it's just give and take as the relationship.
I would feel very uncomfortable if like someone was like, well, we'll go Dutch, and then you going, yeah, we will. And, you know, on a first date, I would feel very uncomfortable doing that. So it would, but I know there are people who do that on first dates. I know a couple, and I can't remember where we were, but they were in a cafe or something, and they individually paid for their own food together, and I thought that was quite weird. But they're a very serious couple, and maybe
they did that. They do that like when they're together.
I don't know if that's all the time, but I think they do kind of take care of themselves. One will get one thing and one will get the other thing. And but kind of if you and I were in a cafe, like I'd pay for it or else you'd pay for it. But to go up and pay individually, I thought that was quite odd. Yeah,
that's not for me. But I do think money's a massive thing, obviously, in relationships. Totally. So it's good if they're on the same page.
What about having a joint? What was that off?
Bank account.
Yeah, what about having a joint bank account? I would only do it if the girl had loads of money. What are you joking?
I think joint bank account is fine. You know, especially if you live in, like, obviously you live in together and that. I think it's still good to have your own account for stuff.
A secret account for the spending sprees.
Not secret, but like because otherwise you've got to answer. And if all your money's potted together and then you're seeing stuff coming out.
Who the hell bought this Louis Vuitton bag? Like, oh.
Yeah.
I must have got it by mistake. Who ordered those Louboutins? That's by the way, that's my sister who lives in Dubai and her partner. That's kind of a lot of, I don't even know if they have a joint bank account, but she comes home with stuff all the time and he's like, you know, it's like that classic thing.
Yeah. I had that like when I was growing up, my mother would like take me and Lucy was being on a pod, my cousin, we'd go shopping and she'd be like, take these bags upstairs now away from your father. My father probably wouldn't even care, but there is
No.
always that thing of like, don't show him. So funny. But yeah, I think if I was like married and stuff, I'd happily have a joint bank account, but I still would like to have a little bit of money myself.
Yeah.
I don't even really know
Just
why.
for a rainy day in case friggin', you know, a contingency plan. You need to hit the abort button.
I don't know if that's like a red flag for me, but I just think it was.
No, I think it's
I
very
don't know.
clever actually. Your wee safety net, your wee pot of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And I think obviously I'm used to that. I can't imagine not having that. But what do you think about a girl making the first move?
Do you know what? I am all for it. I am all for it. I don't think it actually happens enough, really.
Don't you see? Because I was thinking now that it happens all the time.
Nah. So are we talking about the first message, or I'm kind of
anything?
I'm kind of more thinking about the first kiss. So if I think of the last, I was going to say 10 kisses, but that makes me seem wild. If I think of like the last couple of kisses that I've had in throughout time, who's made the first move? It's always been me.
Yeah, that's so true. Actually,
Like, would you ever stick the lips in a fella
for a kiss? No.
Would you even if you were like hammered right on a night out and you kind of fancied somebody? Would you just go frig it and just like stick the head in them, stick the lips?
I don't think so, but it would be very clear that that's what I would want.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I would actually go for it.
Sitting there like be very clear. Sorry, that's fine. I shouldn't even be doing that. Oh my goodness, that's so bad. I'm blessing myself. I feel like I'm going to get in trouble. Frig me. You got any holy water? Jesus, that was awful.
That's very rude.
My mum will be watching down on
Oh
me,
my
disappointed.
God. That's very rude.
Should be doing this. Do you know when somebody does that when they're annoyed at it? But yeah, no.
But I do think girls now are more forward with like asking people out, like asking guys out, or going for their numbers and stuff. And I think that's.
I think in terms of making the first move, definitely with messages. Yeah, there's definitely women are more starting to make the first move, but in terms of like the intimacy, like I would love it if a girl, because normally it is you kind of you can make it the first move, but if a girl came up and kissed me, I would absolutely love that. I would think that's class.
Well, you
And
do it first.
I think a lot of fellas would as well. You know, when they talk about women proposing on the leap year, I think that's class. So I do. So things like that where you're totally taken by surprise. I am all for it.
Nice. Okay. That's going to be maybe my strategy one day.
I'll walk out the door here. It's going straight in.
Do you have any dating rules?
Do I have any dating rules? Yeah. So if anybody has the same name as any of my sisters or my mum, I couldn't date them. So if you're called Jacqueline, Donna, Joanne, or Pauline, I couldn't.
Really? Straight away?
See if there was a Pauline, right, and she was...
What if that girl's name was Pauline?
Nah, couldn't. Definitely not. So if there was a 10 out of 10, great crack, great personality, ticked all the boxes, like I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. You would just be seeing your mum. Do you know what I mean? Or like even like kissing somebody with the same name as your sister. I couldn't do it. Absolutely not.
My father's name is Gordon, so I think I'll be alright. I don't think I'm going to come across many
I don't
Gordons.
think any Gordons have been born since 1900. 1922.
Exactly.
Do you know the name?
I think I'll be alright.
Apparently, the name Gary is going to be extinct by like 2030.
Thank God.
Yeah, there's going to be no more Garys. Apparently.
I had a boyfriend called Gary.
Gary. Yeah, that's like names are kind of so red flags or dating rules. Like names are kind of. I actually don't like the word ick. Ick kind of gives me the ick actually in turn. Okay. But names are kind of like a Gary. What else? Who else would you not want to go out with? Like a Karen. Like
bless anybody that's actually called Karen.
I know. So
Karen
gets a bad rap.
Really
doesn't she?
Yeah.
And would you go out with somebody who had the same name as your ex?
Yeah, that's happened to me.
Oh, really?
Although, do you know before, right? I went through a phase. I had an ex and a guy that I was dating with the same name.
You had an ex and a guy, right? Okay.
Right, so they both had the same name.
Yeah.
This was mad. They all started with J, which if you're a girl, there's always like red flags around here, right?
J?
Yeah.
If you're a male and your name starts with J, that's a red flag.
Yeah, there's kind of like a joke that like
Is it?
it's a J's.
So what if you're a James, a John, Jimmy,
apparently. That's not what I'm saying.
Jakeem.
But I had an ex, then I was dating somebody, they had the same name. Then I dated somebody else whose name was this ex's shortened name. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I was out, and this was like all quite like similar. So it was around the time everybody was with a J. And then I was out in a club and there was this guy who was hot. And I was like, I'm going to go and speak to him. I went up to him and he told me his name and it was the same name. And I actually turned around and I said, Sophie, I was like, I actually can't now. I was like, I'm tapping out.
No way.
I can't do a fourth with the same name. it was too much.
So I remember somebody telling me that their dad, I remember a dad basically telling me that his daughter used to go out with a guy who had a name, and then the daughter split up with him and then went out with another guy who had the same name, and he's like, it's actually really easy because then like you're not going to say the wrong name.
Yeah. So
like if his name was Davey and she used to go out with a Davey but doesn't go out with him but starts going out with another Davey, like that's so easy and easy for her as well. Like imagine she was having sex with him, she's like, oh Davey, like she's never going to call out the wrong name. Oh Davey, you're so big, and then you know, or whatever girls say in the moment. But if you an ex, not during sex, did call out her ex-partner, did say her ex-partner's name when we were having a conversation one time.
That happened to you?
Yeah, we were lying in bed. I think maybe we just did have sex, but she actually said the partner's name. And I was kind of cool about it, but then I was thinking, I wonder, was she thinking about him?
Was she thinking?
Or not? I didn't go into like a dark cave. Oh, actually, I think I might have actually. But you know, when that happens, like, say if we were going out, and I had said an ex's name.
Yeah.
How would you hate it?
Yeah.
Would you be understanding, or would you think there's definitely more to it?
I think there's more to it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it can't happen out of like total.
Sometimes, yeah. But I fear you couldn't tell my brain there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also hate it if I was with somebody and they had an ex called Sadie. I would hate that.
Yeah, because you want to be the wee Sadie.
Yeah.
So you do, yeah. And there's not too many Sadies about, to be fair.
Yes, that's true.
I wouldn't mind if I was going out with someone and their previous boyfriend was called Brian. And then I came along because I think the name Brian, like, I kind of think Brian's are a bit boring. And Ryan's are like, hey, or a wee bit more edgy.
It's the new generation.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind if there was a Brian and then the Ryan came along.
That's quite nice. Yeah.
Be an upgrade. Be like getting a new phone.
Right. I'm interested in this one. So you've been on dating apps before, as you said. When you see on the dating profile on Hinge and it says, what are you looking for? Like, I'm looking for a life partner, long, wherever. If a girl had on a Hinge profile, I'm looking for a life partner, would that put you on or off?
No, I think you have to be nowadays, definitely because I'm 38, I think you have to be a bit more clear about what you want in a relationship. So I think that's quite good because the person's being transparent. Equally, I do find it quite funny when somebody on our dating profile has like total garbage and it's just really funny. Like something that's like, it like makes no sense, but it's actually like hilarious. I'm like, oh, she's good crack. But then if you see somebody who's like, I just want to meet my dream man and walk down the beach, sometimes you're like, nah. You know,
so generic.
Yeah, but on like when I am on a dating app, I think my like last thing on my Hinge profile was like I had something about Haribo strawberries, and you know, not about what I want, like talking complete drivel.
Yeah.
About being like actually.
Yeah.
I think I said on mine that I came last on Come Dine with Me.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You were on Come Dine with Me.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't apply for the program. They were filming in my hometown and they were looking for characters. And then my name kept being bandied about. And then they rang me and then came and did like a wee pre-interview with me and then had a look around the house. And then I went on the show and I couldn't cook. So I didn't know how to cook. This was in 2015 and I'd never cooked for 5 people before. Yeah. So the episode is still on More 4. You can get it on Channel 4. Like the episode is actually hilarious, and it was one like the best 5 days of my life. The crack was unbelievable. Made really good friends, but again, not being able to cook, I like really struggled. So for the starter, I tried to make. It was going to make a haddock and I was going to make a smoked chorizo salmon fish cake. That's what I was going to make with a mango puree. For someone who could,
so intense.
I know, and I couldn't cook. But then my mate was like, not everyone likes salmon, so maybe try haddock. So I did a haddock smoked chorizo and paprika fish cake. And this is the funny bit. So I basically ordered these haddock fillets from our local fishmonger, because I was thinking if they turn up the door, knock the door with these like haddock fillets, give me them, this is going to look like really good TV. So in my head I'm thinking, yes, class.
Production values.
Production. So I'd ordered 2 haddock fillets, but they gave me a third for free. And the 2 that I'd ordered were boneless, but the third that they chucked in for free had bones in it, but I didn't know that. So I grilled my fish, and then I had my mash and then my chorizo in there. And then when I was flaking in the fish and I was mashing everything up together, then that's when I was like, oh my God, there's a bone. And then I pulled out the bone. And then there's more bones, and then there's more bones. And I was so behind the time, and there was loads of fish bones in this mixture of fish cake. So I just had to try and pull out as many as I could see. Obviously bones are white, mash is white, so it's like a needle in a haystack. Made these fish cakes, right? And they were genuinely about the size of your head. They were huge. Actually, my frying pan was only about that size as well. And I had to try and like do these 5 fish cakes. Served them to everyone. The fire alarm went off in the kitchen. It was complete carnage. Like my face was like bright red. Honestly, I was like I was panicking. Like I was like could barely talk to the camera. And then served everybody their food, and we're all sitting down eating these fish cakes, and everyone's silent. And I'm thinking, I've got away with this. And then like the first person, oh, Frankie. And then the next person, everyone found a fish cake bar me. So I was like, these were class.
Really?
Apparently they were quite nice, but they were just huge and had bones. You're not supposed to have bones in a fish cake, you say.
Right. That's good to know.
So
good
yeah.
to know. But I think that's good, because you need those personal stories to bring out personality. But I think it's good to have what they want relationship wise, because it's an automatic thing, isn't it? You know, you don't have to write that.
Yeah.
You literally do it. So if you see that wouldn't put you off somebody.
No.
But would it put you off somebody if you weren't looking for anything serious?
Well, I think in that instance, you know what you want, so you're only looking for a bit of fun, and then they're obviously very obvious and apparent about what they want. So you should be able to put 2 and 2 together. That if you're just looking for like a bang,
shouldn't waste their time.
Yeah, it's probably not what they're into. So it doesn't take a genius to work that out.
But my fear is that some guys see that and then they think, well, yeah, she's hot though. And then maybe sometimes they get into situations and they can get themselves into sticky situations because they going in and becoming like a boyfriend to this person,
even though they don't want to be a
boyfriend.
boyfriend. But then I think that says more about the person in question.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, so if it's you and I'm not really wanting anything, but your dating profile is very strong about what you want, then maybe I'm like, oh, I actually quite like her. And maybe that's how true love stories happen.
Maybe. But do you believe in soulmates? This is such a girly question.
I do believe in soulmates, yeah. And I think I think that there is probably somebody in the world who matches your absolute energy.
Yeah.
So somebody who is like your total aura and kind of gets you all your good points, your bad points, like your quirks, and somebody who you can just like have a total laugh at, somebody who there's no stress around. Like one of the things that I don't like, you know, that would put me off most is somebody who is like kind of grumpy and like can't have the crack, basically. So I wouldn't be for that. But if you can have someone where it is just a laugh and it's like a constant adventure, and if it's not a mirror of you, because you would just be dating yourself and that would be totally shit. But I do think, I definitely do think there's a soulmate out there for everybody.
Okay, and to end the episode, I want to do a little quick fire round called All In or Fold. So I'm going to read you 3 scenarios and you have to say, would you go all in with this person or you're folding and leaving? Okay? So all these scenarios, you're dating them, you really like them. Yeah.
Okay. So how long are we talking? 4 months? 3 months?
4 months.
4 months, okay.
It's going well, yeah?
Okay.
So everything's going well. She still texts her ex sometimes. All in or fold.
I think that's a kind of a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. Your ex is supposed to be your ex for a reason. I know that can be different if somebody was married and there's kids and, you know, there's maybe like logistical things that you need to be in touch with. But say if I was dating a girl and she broke up with this guy last year and there was no real need for them to be texting or talking,
Red flag. I agree.
I think it's a red flag.
Fold in. You fold in.
Yeah.
Chips down. It's going well, but she doesn't post you on socials at all.
So a girl actually who I know, I was chatting to her in the gym recently and we had the same conversation that her boyfriend never posts about her on the socials and would be talking to a lot of different girls via message. And basically they split up on her birthday.
Oh my God, that's even worse. It's like red flag.
She split up with him now, to be fair.
Okay.
But
still, on her birthday, that's probably because he didn't do anything nice enough.
I think recently I seen her share a photo of him, so I think they may be back together. But she said they'd been going out for a very long time, and he hadn't posted one thing of her on the socials. So I would say if you're dating someone 4 months, only after 4 months.
Okay, no, this one's longer.
Oh yeah. No, if you're dating someone for a year and you haven't posted them on your socials, that's a huge red flag. Yeah. And I do also get as well how some people do like to be private. So I know a fella who has got a boyfriend, and the boyfriend is kind of older, and the fella doesn't post about the boyfriend. And he posts about him on his close friends on his Instagram stories.
Okay, well, that is posted.
Which is nice. But I understand why he keeps it. And I think he wants to keep it separate and private. So I understand that as well.
Yeah, I can as well. But I think if somebody's actively using Instagram and they posting like they're going for a run and all that stuff, I just think it's a choice.
Yeah, like I'm not like say if we were going out, maybe going out a year, and like I was like just like like, not include that would be a massive.
It's a choice, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, last one. She loves a night out every weekend.
Oh, geez, that's a toughie. That really is a toughie. So it's a toughie for me for a couple of different reasons. So I can understand if a girl wants to go out with girls. I actually think, yeah, fair enough, go out, have a good time, whatever. But if you're rolling in like blocked every weekend and I don't know, you're a mess the next day, and I don't know if it's just constant the girl going out every single weekend and you're not really seeing her, I think that is kind of, and because if that's going to be the pattern throughout the rest of your life, where you know, if she just wants to go out and like, and it's the same with the fella, like if you were going out with a guy and he was going out every single weekend, you'd just be fed up with their stuff.
And it affects the next day. I had a boyfriend before Sunday. My sister, my nephews, and my brother-in-law were up for the weekend, and we were meant to see him, and he couldn't come because he was too hungover. And I remember having exes and me being out the night before, and then being in shit state for the girlfriend the next day, and I remember her saying like, "You're always hungover for me," and I would have been out. Now I don't drink it anymore, so it's kind of different for me. So yeah, I think that's kind of a red flag. I think there has to be a nice balance. So there's like, I would hate a girl to be sitting in every weekend with me, because I don't think that's good for her or for me. You need time with your girlfriends. You need to go out and meet other people and like have the crack, blah blah blah. But if it's 52 weekends of the year, maybe it's too much. Yeah, I agree with that.
Unfortunately, no all-ins. What would be an all-in scenario?
Yeah, everything's perfect.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. It's just me closing out this episode, unfortunately, because my mic cut out, but I absolutely loved having Ryan on. It was great to actually hear things from a man's perspective for once, so hopefully you enjoyed. If you are watching on YouTube, you can literally see him like squirming. He's like, oh my god, what are the girls going to think about me? But we absolutely loved having him on. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. And please remember to subscribe, follow, and yeah, come and show us some love. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week.